I just heard it is the 100th SPN creation show. Yeah, so you guys, I hope are having a really special time. I can't see all your faces, but I love you dearly, and I know you are all my friends. So. Really, I've come to so much look forward to this moment where I just get to hang out with you guys because it is life-giving, and thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
Hey! Shall we get started? Okay. Hey, how are you?
Last week's Carnegie Indianapolis.
It went wonderfully. Thank you for asking about that. It's really important. It was an important one to me too because there's a couple of reasons. Obviously, Random Acts having any part in it and being able to integrate into the convention just fun and kindness and all the things. I think what is so special at these conventions is also the supernatural family itself and how connected we are and how much we help each other and how much we look out for each other and love being around each other. And I think that was the biggest takeaway. It just felt more of that. It felt like that distilled and amped up. And it was really, really special. And it was really fun getting to do my first panel with Misha. That was awesome. It was super fun. So yeah, just all around, it was really exciting. So one of the things we had going on was there was a game running throughout, and you could win angel wings with a little bow tie. It was an awesome pin. But you had to do a certain number of items and throughout the event, and every time that someone would win, we'd ring bells. So you just heard bells going non-stop the whole time. It was so incredible. So you knew everyone was participating, enthusiastic, and it became like this really fun, exciting, sharing thing. And then Horizon House, the local shelter we were working with, the people there were so incredible and they cared so much. And we raised over $10,000 and brought in over 10,000 items. So yeah, they were in tears because they said going to provide stuff for over 2,000 people experiencing homelessness. And one of my favorite things was they very clearly differentiated. They called people who were part of the organization neighbors, not homeless, because they said you're experiencing homelessness. That just like you don't call someone a broken leg person, you're experiencing a broken leg. It's something we all can battle through and have to deal with, and I love that differentiation. So yeah, is there more? Because I could go on and on, but it was a really special, wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for asking that.
Thank you.
Hi, Rachel. I was wondering if you had any crazy audition stories.
Crazy audition stories. I'm trying to think. I have so many. I auditioned, so I started acting when I was full-time from when I was 9 years old. So one of the funny things to me is when people are like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky, which I am, because it's always wonderful to get a part. But also it's like, if you piled up this whole area with scripts, that's probably how many auditions I didn't get. So I'm trying to think of something. I have the wrong things on my mind. I have the Me Too movement on my mind, so I'm like, I have some really not fun stories. I know I'm not coming up with anything like wacky, crazy right off the bat, but one of the things I will say that's actually just nice is that when I first auditioned for Meg for Supernatural, some people might think that that's like an out there thing where it's like, oh, you're a demon and you took over a meat suit, whatever. I just thought it was like awesome and made perfect sense, and her dialogue, getting to say those lines was so awesome. And I remember just that first, because it was the first scene with Jared and Jensen that I got to read in the audition, and it just felt so natural. And Eric Kripke was there for the callback. And we were just laughing and enjoying, and she made so much sense to me. And it was just one of the like easiest, not in that it was like not, you know, that there was nothing to do, but just like felt right kind of auditions. So yeah, I wanted to share that with.
Thanks.
No, thank you.
Hi, Rachel.
Oh my goodness!
Hello.
Hello. We work together.
We do work together, and I actually have a question about Random Acts.
Yes.
But first, I want to say that you've been a phenomenal executive director for Random Acts for the last over 1 year. So thank you for that. And I know Deeper Pay and Yearns for Kindness is coming up Thanksgiving weekend, so I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you for that. Well, first, I'm going to say something. So, I was asked in my meet and greet what the best thing about working with Random Acts is. And it's very hard because there's so much that's so incredible about it. It is the best thing I've ever gotten to do with my life. But the thing I said was the people, getting to work with the staff and the supporters every day. It's very easy in this world to feel hopeless. Because there's a lot of nasty stuff out there, and it's impossible to feel hopeless when you work with this group of people, because there is so much enthusiasm to just do good, and people are there every day just trying to change the world for the better, and none of us get paid, and we're all doing it just because we want to make the world a kinder place, and you cannot be in a bad mood and confront that every day. So I just wanted to share that. Now, E4K, so we've got a couple aspects. Some of you might know we've got the bad idea tour going. So that's the team with a bunch of us like Supernatural castmates. And that's fun and funny and going to be really freaking hard and amazing. And I also want to cry because the hearts of everyone in this group are so incredible. Their dedication to just trying to do some good is amazing. And then there's another aspect that I don't know if all you guys know about Endure for Kindness, which it is not just about raising money by doing something physical. It's about the passion for doing good. So whatever you want to participate in, however you want to participate, you can do fundraisers for Random Acts. Some people knit all weekend, or they do a marathon watching horror films, or it doesn't matter, find what works for you. There are so many wonderful ideas that people have brought to the table. And on the Random Acts website, very clearly we have tutorial videos and so forth that can walk you through each step of the way. But please, any of you that can donate or join, this is a really big deal for us. This is our big fundraiser for the year. So please join in, and it's an amazing group to be a part of.
Thank you, love you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, hey, my name is Tova.
Hello.
This is kind of tangentially related to what you're just talking about. I went to a Random Acts meetup with you last year where we made blankets, and we got into a conversation about Hogwarts houses. So my question for you is,
It's good to see you, by the way.
Yeah, you do.
It takes me a minute. It's very dark, so
Yes.
I basically see silhouettes and hair.
I had much shorter hair.
But it's nice to have the context, because as soon as you started to describe, I was like, oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, so my question for you is, if you could invite to dinner any 2 Harry Potter characters, which 2 would it be?
Oh, that is the hardest question I've ever had to answer.
I know.
Oh, wow. Okay. Gosh, that's freaking hard. Hermione? I'm gonna regret whatever I say. Sirius or Lupin? I think Sirius. There was something I love. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna regret this. I know it. No, wait, Dumbledore. It's gotta be Dumbledore. Why two? Hermione and Dumbledore. That's it. That's what I'm going with right now. Okay. What are yours?
Luna and Hermione.
Awesome. I think those are my like soul character. Like those are me. Some combination of those characters is probably me.
Yeah, pretty much same.
Yeah. Hello.
So speaking of the Bad Idea Tour, specifically the marathon,
Yes.
who's having the most fun with the preparation and who's suffering the most while training?
I think Adam is the answer to both of them. I'm encouraging him to start posting some of his videos, but yeah, he's really awesome because he's like, I'm going to do this, but it's like so not necessarily in his normal, like his nature, like he's really having to go for it. I think that also from what I've heard, just like, and seeing, I think Adam would be the answer to both of those questions.
Can I ask one slight follow-up question? Has Jensen put on the shirt yet, or is he still refusing to do so?
Can someone ask him that in his panel? That's awesome.
Hi Rachel.
Hey.
My question is, what's your proudest moment of being in the Supernatural family?
Wow. There's been a moment, it's definitely got to be to do with Random Acts, and I'm just trying to pick because there's been so many epically amazing moments. Certainly there are a lot of projects that are really passionate about, some moments where we've pulled something off for various projects I was going through, but then there's also, I think when I had my year anniversary, and some of the staff and Misha tweeted out acknowledgements and stuff, I felt really, really proud. I've never felt so right about anything I was doing, and to think that, I think that my biggest problem is I'm always worried that I'll disappoint. That's just kind of my natural tendency. And so to hear from the people I care about that things are good, that they're happy I'm around, that we're all feeling good about the direction of things, that would be my proudest.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Rachel. My question is, even though your seasons were very far apart, if you ever had any interaction with Nikki Cox, the original Meg?
Well, Nikki and I did a lot of conventions after we finished, like after both of us were on the show. So we did a couple of conventions in Australia, so we got to spend a lot of time together. And she's so nice. She actually helped encourage me to go to conventions because when I was getting sick and it was very difficult, she was very encouraging and helpful and supportive. I think she's wonderful, and I love what she did with May. And because we got to do panels together, even though there was all that time between, we got to share stories about playing May. And she gave me insight into things that I never knew. Like, it was a lot has changed for women and how women are represented on television over the years. And it was a really big deal when she was on that she cut her hair short. They were going to put a wig on her, and they didn't know, like, it was a really big thing talk about, women starting to gain power or whatever, that was actually a moment. So that was one of my favorite stories that she told. So, yeah. Thank you so much. Hey.
Hello. What are your proudest moments in Random Acts?
What are my proudest moments in Random Acts? So this is good because I get a few moments with your question. So I can go for it. Now, there's a couple of things that we pulled off as a group that I'm really, really proud of. I was so proud of the Change of Life during Gish last year, or this year, the collective, farming collective for women who'd survived the Rwandan genocide, specifically Olive, who sparked the project. It's just really, really beautiful. If you don't know it, please look it up. It's a beautiful project, and I was so proud, and I'm so proud of you guys, because the amount of positive energy that you generate is unbelievable. And you raised enough that we could do so much for these women, and it's really incredible. So that was a really proud moment. And as I said, it's always a moment of being proud to be part of an amazing group. Everyone involved. And then same with when we raised the money to put the daycare there for the high school in Nicaragua. That was a really exciting moment because I feel like there are things that kind of continue that make their cycles in the world. And one of them was that, especially these young women going to school in Nicaragua, if they got pregnant, they were thrown out of school systems. And so we put a school there that they could continue to go to. But then, how do they care for their kids? And so putting this daycare there actually helps to change a continuing cycle where generation after generation are not allowed to get an education or stop from getting education because there's no infrastructure to support them. And so to be able to, again, pull together as a group and just kind of fix this problem and show that it can be fixed is a really incredible thing. So those are two. I could go on and on.
Thank you. I like your uniform, by the way.
Thank you very much. His name is Clarence. Of course. I feel like Clarence is getting a little bit tired. He goes to a lot of conventions.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey.
My question is, you have mentioned in your tweets that if you could have more actors with disabilities be on the show, would you return to Supernatural if they asked you?
Absolutely, in a heartbeat. I also want to be clear about something because I love this group so much, and we support each other so much. It's not a situation where I'm like, why are they letting me back on the show? They're evil people. No, it's like, no, they've got so many things that they're always working on. I love seeing every episode, so it's not like I ever feel lost for not being asked to be on the show. But of course, I would do anything they ask ever, and I also. It has become, you are right, it has become newly important to me because when I first started struggling physically, I actually didn't want to continue to act because it was very difficult to accept that in myself. I felt less than and not as capable. And now, having spent time with all of you guys, and it really is that, I'm starting to see, oh my gosh, we are valid and part of the world, and everyone is struggling with something, and we need better representation on all fronts. So yeah, I think that's really important, and we learn from what we watch. So just on a very practical level, I want to see people accomplishing basic things from a scooter. Because I had to figure out every step of the way, how do I do that? Because I don't see examples. And I'd like us all to be that for each other. And I think that the more different ways we see that you can be successful in living life, the more that opens the door to whatever our individual circumstances are. We don't feel like we have to fit some homogenized kind of, cookie cutter idea of what it is to be human. Sometimes people have asked me before if I went back, if they could like cheat it and make it look like I could walkers, and I was like, no, I would not accept. If I was going back, I'd want to be in the chair because I think we need that. Thank you.
Good morning. First, thank you very much for your positivity, all your hard work and dedication to Random Acts. It's really inspiring.
Thank you.
I have a question on Gish.
Yes.
One of the items this year was to throw a party for somebody who you admired, who you respected and everything, and I hear that they threw one for you. Which
Yes,
I couldn't get into. How was it?
You actually met the woman who did. She asked a question earlier. So that was a really special thing. It was a surprise. I was so darn busy during Gish, and I'm trying to like check off items. And Pao and I were going back and forth, and she said, "Oh, we're doing a party," and I was like, "Good. Where do I show up?" And I showed up, and as I'm showing up, I realized I don't even know who this is for. I'm gonna have to pull this out of my butt. I'm sure I'll be very grateful for that to them, whatever they're doing. I know Pao, and I know she would pick someone worthwhile, so I was betting on that. But they very much surprised me and got me, and it's incredible. But I thought of it, the only way I could get through is I thought of it as a party for all of them, because it is an amazingly loving group, and they all deserve that.
Well, it was well deserved.
Thank you so much.
I've actually met you before at the con in Montreal, and I'm insanely honored to be back.
To see you.
Kind of on what was being said earlier, since you're striving for representation, especially of women, are there ways that you're doing that in your everyday life outside of acting?
Yes, and it's in everything we do. I think one of the interesting things about having anything different in the way you exist in the world is it's always a fight to help to inform people. And I don't mean that in just a negative way. I'm not like, what is your whatever not accessible? But it's a constant thing of, hey, do you get that, like, that doesn't work for me, or that's a really bad design, or I just, my little pet peeve is that accessible bathrooms are often very poorly designed, where they're actually not accessible, like, you can get in but you can't get out, or whatever. It's like, you should include people. We need a more inclusive world where we just kind of check in. Because each of us has different requirements, and it would be wonderful to have a world that was more conducive to that. So I feel like it's a daily struggle. I was talking about, so I hope, are all of you guys registered to vote?
Yes.
If not, we've got voter registration table here, so yes. But voting is actually an issue if you've got a disability for a lot of us. And I know that polling stations are supposed to be accessible, but they aren't all. So it's very important that if you have a disability to check, or if you know someone who does, to check ahead of time to make sure that their station, their local polling station is accessible. If not, you had to vote absentee, which is what I did for a couple of years because mine was not accessible. But I kicked and screamed a good amount, and it is now accessible. So I think it's super, super important. But it's again, the little things like you might not think of that, but yeah, if it's like in a school and there are only steps and there's not a ramp or whatever, that's an issue. Also, some people can't drive to the polling station, or that could be the barrier. So, but there are always solutions, and we can and should help each other. Does that help?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, hi. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Because I noticed you were missing. So very good.
Is there a restaurant or something in the city that you tell people who've never been before that they should check out?
Not particular. I'm not a big restaurant person. So you don't want my recommendations. Here, I was going to say, there's a place like all the way downtown, a tiny little place called Quintessence, which is one of the only places I'll eat because it is raw, vegan, crazy healthy. No one likes the food there except for me. I think it's wonderful. That's not true. I think I want them to stay open. A lot of people like the food, but very particular healthy types.
I tend to eat vegan during the week.
Okay, well, if you're ever looking for a good raw vegan place, other than that, the best bagel place in New York City is called Absolute Bagels. It's on the Upper West Side. Nice. And they definitely, like, hands down, the best bagels in New York. But yeah, it's been a while since I was like a regular, So I'm not particularly human, so I don't have good answers. I wish I could help you more, but go to museums and things. That is the food of life. Go to the Met. Okay.
Hi, Rachel. I just wanted to tell you that, like, when I've done my rewatch and I see the interaction between you and Cass again, like, I appreciate them all more, and I would love to see you come back to the AU, because I think that would be a good possibility, good excuse to bring that in, and I was wondering how you think that could be, or like how your interactions with Cass would be if you could meet him again.
I love that. It's a great book. Okay, well, totally admit, I am like a total fangirl for that. I ship ACL. I think they're awesome. I love those two characters together. Because also one of the things that I do fight hard against is kind of those, not like any boxes that were put in, and including gender. And I love that couple really does not fit any traditional gender paradigm either. They just are. And they don't even make sense, but they really like each other, and they're both kind of grossed out by that. And I think it's brilliant. I love that. And I think they're really like lovingly, like they look out for each other. I mean, Meg sacrificed herself for him without a blinking an eye. I think she would do absolutely anything to make sure he was okay. But she would kind of not want to admit it. But yeah, I don't know what the scenario would be, but I like to think that it would be an epic love story. Because I like those.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm so happy you're back again in New Jersey this year. I just want to say that. I love you so much. So my question is, there's a lot of new characters since Meg was last in Supernatural, and who are some of your favorite newer characters in the show?
Well, okay, first of all, I want to say, don't for a split second think that I ever take for granted how amazing is it that we get these chances to connect, that we can just like be passionate and and just, really care about each other and share that love. And I just need to acknowledge that that's really special. Let's not lose sight of that. Thank you guys. But also, okay, so some of my favorite characters, I love Rowena, I love Charlie. I think that, I know I'm talking about female characters, but Like, of the newer characters, I think Jack is really awesome. There are like some really interesting nuanced characters, and I think especially for the female roles, that's a shift for the better. And I really like those characters. Who am I missing? What was that?
Jody and Donna.
Jody and Donna. Oh yes, absolutely. But were they there before me or during me, or like that's why I wasn't thinking them as new characters. Or newer, but absolutely, all the Wayward sisters are amazing. And I'm still very passionate about the idea of that show. I remember my first convention, I don't know, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, somewhere in there. Someone asked me what would be the show, like if I could do any show, what would be the scenario, and I was like, well, Supernatural, but with chicks. Like I was like, because I would want to be the strong character, and so yeah, I really love all the Wayward women. They're awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jen. Oh, I know someone I miss. It's hard because we're all like super friends. But there's a couple. I love what's happened with Sam's character. I think it's progressed in a really beautiful way. She was there before me, but also Emily playing the darkness, freaking rocked it. And Abaddon. And I'm like now, oh my god, Lisa Berry. She's one of my favorite people. She was so good as Death. Anyway.
I'm a big Star Wars fan, as you are.
Awesome.
And I would like to know, out of the side stories, which movie is your favorite? Rogue One or the Han Solo story?
That's a really good question. I love that. It's very hard. It's like picking your favorite kids or something. Like that level of love and importance. I would pick, I'm going to specify, I'd pick Rogue One because I love Han Solo, and I just want to, if I'm going to leave him behind, I have to say, he's one of my favorite characters, and I think they freaking rock that film, and I love seeing more about him, but I think I'd pick a Rogue One. There was just a lot of moments that are really, really special in that. And it was Rogue One that had I'm one with the Force, and the Force is yes. We all know that moment because that moment was epic to me.
I loved it too.
Yeah.
It was my favorite as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Was that a decent answer? It was an amazing question.
Hi Rachel. I want to say first, I'm thrilled to see another serious fan because he's my favorite Harry Potter character. And I want to ask if funds and money and getting people together weren't an issue, what is a charity anywhere around the world that you would love to be able to participate in, or just something that needs fundraising for it?
Well, I mean, one of the beautiful things with Random Acts is that we can help other charities, and we try to. I think Giles Dooley, do you guys know who he is? Awesome. If you don't, look him up. But yeah, so we partnered with him a good deal, and he started an organization called the Legacy of War Foundation, and I love getting to partner with them. They're an amazing organization. They're really doing good work. There are so many, I've always supported UNHCR, I've always supported UNICEF, and there are so many like I did the Clarence campaign for Earth Organization, because I think what they're doing was really important. ACLU, there's so many great organizations, but one of the things I'm just gonna say what I love about Random Acts, because obviously that's my favorite. No, but what I really do love is I studied charity a lot for a long time, and how we create the biggest positive impacts in the world. And And one of the problems is when it becomes too calculated and too broad scope, we sometimes lose our connection with it as individuals and as humans. And I love with Random X that we can connect to how we can actually be of help and connect to each other. And I think that has more positive ripple effects over time. To feel empowered that you can change the world for the better, as opposed to only some huge organization with a lot of infrastructure and huge amount of funds can do that. Because that model actually hasn't worked. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello. I was just wondering who your least favorite character was out of the entire show.
Wait, on what?
Who your least favorite character was?
On Supernatural?
Yeah.
That's not like a possible answer. Okay, I don't actually have a name, but I will say very clearly, I know what, like I have a recollection of when I was watching the very, very early first episodes. There were these kind of like non-distinct, nondescript kind of hot chick demons that would like come for a brief time and then get killed off. And they were like literally there just to flirt with Sam and Dean. I did not like that. I don't even know their names, which tells me something. They like had hot legs and nice tits. I mean, I don't. I think we've come a long way in terms of female representation. Does that make sense? And that's no slight on the actors, the actresses, anything. It's just, I like the progression that we've made over time. So, yeah.
Hi. My question is, if you were a house on like Harry Potter, what one would you be?
If I was in a house?
Like what house would you be?
I'm Gryffindor.
Not a house, but you know what I mean.
No, Gryffindor. I'm taking like 1,001 tests. You don't know the depth of nerd you are talking to.
You're Gryffindor?
Yes.
Rob is Slytherin.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not.
You're not?
No.
What?
What's the one that's it's yellow and black?
Slytherin.
Hufflepuff.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's fine.
Rob is definitely a Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
If I was a sorting hat, that's very
Thank you. And Rich mocks us because he doesn't do Harry Potter.
That's not true. I'm an ambient. I don't know what house am I?
Ambient, you take sleeping agents.
In that house?
Yeah. You're the drug house.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm an animal house. Rachel, don't you live like a golf swing away from here? Aren't you a local gal?
I am. I am a New Yorker.
Are you?
If she lived in golf swing, my golf swing, she lived in that front row.
She lived right there, but she'd have a big piece of yard, 20 feet per day, and all she'd hear is, damn it! Son of a... are you staying at is there a house party at your joint? Like, should we clear Saturday night? Are you staying at home this weekend, or did you hotel it up with us?
Yeah, I mean, so everyone in the audience is staying with me.
Wow!
I don't know. We can decide. We can find that.
The house that Rachel built, I love it.
No, I actually am staying at the hotel because it's cheaper to be here than it is to drive back and forth every day.
I believe it.
But I did not have to take an airplane, which was freaking awesome.
That is freaking great. Ladies and gentlemen, local girl, Rachel